Hey Grace Grown family, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new here. In today's video I will be bringing you guys along on this project that I had taken upon myself to remove weeds in this area. If you remember, we had prepared this area to plant maize and maybe potatoes, but we just ended up putting maize in all of the 5 beds. But unfortunately the sheep got to this side of the yard and I was in denial for quite a while, thinking that they couldn't have eaten all of the maize because it was just starting to come out. So after some time I had to face reality and accept that all the maize was gone, so I needed to replant it because I really wanted maize and still want maize. To preserve seed mostly, but I thought 2 rows could be for us to enjoy now. So I thought instead of just dreading the process and the project, let me just start and replant the maize. So I am thinking of doing a small series here on YouTube just to share some of the things that I am learning on our homestead journey, things that are more on working on my character or our characters or my daughter's character. Yeah, I think I'll be sharing it here on YouTube, especially on videos like this where I'm doing a voice over. So I hope you guys will stick around for that and that you will also engage in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please do click on the red subscribe button so that you don't miss a video from me. So I guess today's video is then the first episode of the series of the lessons from the homestead. And from this video, as you guys see that we are replanting what we had planted before because it didn't work out. I have come to learn that we have to do the same thing more than once. Now I'm not talking about doing the same thing in a sense that you harvested, now it's the next season or it's the next round. For me, I did not even get to harvest this maize. We didn't have it. It was eaten by the sheep and we find ourselves having to replant it. Now if you are anything like me, you also hate having to do the same thing twice. I'm a big believer in do it once and do it right. So for me to replant this maize was not an easy thing for me to do. I honestly didn't want to, and I was actually just annoyed by the whole process, but I got to just spend time outside. My daughter did help, but for the most part I was outside alone, and I did not have my earpods on, which is very much unlike me. So this allowed time for me to be outside by myself with my thoughts. And yeah, I had to just think about a lot of things, how we got here, our journey so far, and all that, and hence the idea to just talk about my lessons on the homestead. So lesson number 1, it's okay to redo. You know, it's okay to redo, because at times we put so much pressure on ourselves, thinking that we should by now have been at this point, we should by now have done this, we should by now have harvested, we should by now haven't been commercial, and this farm should now be paying itself off. But that is not the case. Instead, we're finding ourselves having to restart a project, having to restart you know, on certain parts of the farm, because right now this section is full of weeds. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know that there were beds prepared here. So we are basically having to redo this whole thing. So it's okay to restart, even, you know, sometimes at the beginning of the year there is so much pressure, there's goals and whatnot, and you find yourself midway or almost at the end of the year, you find yourself doing what you had done in January. So it's better to restart and get results than to just sit on something hoping and just crossing your fingers that it will work out when you are not putting in the effort, you know. And sometimes God allows us to go through the same challenges, the same thing, because we are just not learning the lesson out of it. So in other things of life, when you find yourself always you are facing the same situation, the same drama, the same, you know, confusion, the same no progress, you need to sit down with your own thoughts and just connect with God to ask that I've been here before, it's happening all over again, what did I miss, what am I not learning? And God is faithful and He's just, He won't let His children just walk around aimlessly. He will open things to us, open the book, you know, so that we get to know. So I hope you guys got encouraged from this video to say that it is okay to restart, it is okay to redo, just as long as you're learning the lessons and progressing from what you knew before, because that is the important thing. We need to progress, we need to grow. Yeah, so I hope you guys got encouragement and that you had a good start to your new year. Thank you so much for your support over the past year, and I hope that you will continue supporting this channel into this new year. As I said, if you haven't subscribed, do click on the red subscribe button and become an official part of the family. Please do engage also in the comment section, guys. Let me know, are you finding yourself having to restart something, redo something that you had done before, but because it didn't work out, you're trying again? Let me know, I would love to know. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on my next one. Bye.